Shouldn't it say this video is being recorded?
Well, I see the little small recording thing at the top. So,
Good. Okay, let's start. Hi, Deja.
hey, Georgia.
How are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm glad to be back in New York more than anything.
Right,
I
right,
think
right, right.
it's reviving.
Mhm.
And I'm just trying to take that in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Was it like kind of like you got back to New York and the New York like energy started right away?
Yeah. I mean, it did take a second to like kind of regroup coming from like being home for months and like wishing I was in New York every single day and like missing the buildings and missing my friends and missing the sunlight and then getting here and just being like, oh my God, I'm back.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
So having to like take that in and process, but there was just like this immediate like burst in my heart and my soul of like, yeah, this is where I should be, you know.
Yeah. I mean, look at you with the sunshine and everything. You're looking beautiful over there, wherever you are. Yeah. Where were you before this?
I was in Georgia. um, yeah,
Spelled different.
spelled
Just
differently. Yes, yeah.
underline that.
But I'm originally from Augusta, Georgia, and we left at the beginning of quarantine when NYU was kind of like, "Hey, we need you out the dorms." So,
Yeah.
and that was, everyone went through their own kind of spell of, "Oh my God, COVID. What do I do?"
Right.
Um, so I was there for the past 5 months, and I was just kind of like, and then when we found out NYU was going completely remote, it was just like, do I stay home? And I was like, no, nah, I can't stay home. I gotta go. I gotta
Oh,
go.
wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even realize because
Yeah,
you're third year, so you still have
yeah.
one more year to go. Are you graduating
My
early?
last year. Yeah, I'm a senior this year. So yeah.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah.
God, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm actually doing NSB this fall, so it'll be
Wow. Oh, I
yeah.
didn't know you were interested in musical theater.
Yeah, that's actually my origins. My origins I started in acting in musical theater and then made my way to straight acting and then kind of like ended up in Meisner and I've been missing it though. So I'm just like kind of returning back to my roots.
Okay, well, that's cool. Okay, why don't we start with that? Let's just go ahead and start with the acting. So you wanted to do, I wanted to do musical theater too. I auditioned for NSB, which is New Studio Broadway, and didn't happen. Put me in Meisner, and that's where I know you from.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, did you also audition for musical theater?
I did. I did also audition for musical theater, and I was also placed in Meisner. And I remember my reaction when I got the email. They were like, "You're in the Meisner studio," and I was like, "What?
Yeah.
What's this? What?"
That's
And I
what
went to my high school drama teacher, and she was just like, "I think this will be good for you. You're really good at listening." And I'm like, I don't even. Okay,
yeah.
whatever, fine.
I
And
didn't even know what Meisner was. Okay.
yeah, yeah. The only technique that I had learned was like the method in Udahagen at that point. Well, I did also go to a performing arts high school. So
I see.
yeah, so that's kind of like where I started with acting. And then, but once I got into Meisner, I fell in love with it. I don't know if it was the people or the studio or what, but I did feel like that was the place I was supposed to be, and that was the training that I needed before going back into musical theater.
Yeah, that's that. Wow, this is so relatable. Like, that's exactly what happened to me too. I was like, well, except that I hadn't come from a performing arts background. So I was like, wherever, it's fine. And then I was like, this is the perfect place. Shout out to Gigi Buffington, by the way. Today is her birthday. Happy
Happy birthday, Gigi!
birthday, Gigi, if you're watching this. She
Oh
was
my
our voice and speech training teacher,
God.
one of the best on earth.
Hey, Gigi Buffington.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so then are you planning to, what are your plans for the future? I mean, of course, like you're a senior and I don't want to stress you out, but what do you see yourself doing like a year after graduation?
Yeah, no worries. Well, I right now I've been working on establishing myself as a multi-hyphenate artist, which is a term that has been coined as of recently that has been so popular. So I'm trying to find different ways to say that. Uh, but yeah, I have been establishing myself as an actor, of course, but also as a producer. I'm working on transitioning into modeling. And spoken word has always been something that I've been very, very passionate about. So after I graduate, I of course want to continue doing those things. This summer, I started working on actually producing my first two featured films.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I'm
That's
so
great.
excited about them. I'm so excited about both of them. One of them has already kind of been published. White Mirror. It's the film that Sam and I were working on out of the
Yes.
Bryce Howard Filmmaking Lab.
I saw it. I saw it. Can you talk more about that? How did
Yeah,
that
yeah.
come to be? And was it all like Meisner collaborators?
Oh, okay. So we actually, it's very funny. So at NYU, there's a filmmaking lab called the Nine Muses Lab. It's taught by Bryce Dallas Howard. And it just so happened that two of my best and closest collaborators, Lucas Kernan and Sam Augustin, and
Shout
I,
out to them.
shout out to them, and also Lily Mannon, who was also from Meisner, we
Yes.
were all accepted into the class the same semester. And Sam had actually written a script our freshman year, and I was just like, I'm gonna produce that script one day. And he was like, okay, cool, bet. And then so when we got into Bryce's class, it was like, opportunity,
Yeah.
opportunity. Let's do it. And like that's essentially what happened. I mean, it was an opportunity. We had $500 to each basically create a 5-minute narrative proof of concept of something that we wanted to create later on in our careers, something that would showcase us as artists. And White Mirror is pretty much the beginning to an anthology series that surrounds white fear in its different forms. And pretty much we're just taking the opportunity to make this proof of concept, this standalone kind of short film, into a featured film. And basically it'll be the start to that anthology series. And I'm very, very excited about it because uh, all of Sam's concepts are just like so mind-blowing and so well thought out and so insightful. And I feel so fortunate to be able to put that story on a platform, you know?
That's great. That sounds awesome. I did see it. I did see it. It was shorter. So now there's like plans to make it like a feature. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And where
Yeah.
do you think do you have any idea on what like platforms you're going to put it
Uh,
on?
so we're in conversation in terms of like what the in terms of the longevity of the piece, whether we do want to end up pitching it to networks or whether we kind of want it to, because even when we released White Mirror, it was perfect timing because of the Black Lives Matter movement. It was something that needed to be seen. It invoked questions that needed to be asked of people.
Mhm.
So even then, like we didn't expect to release it as soon because we were submitting it to festivals and stuff like that. We didn't expect White Mirror to be released maybe until like the end of the year or like next year, this even 5-minute piece. So you never know when your work is needed or where it's needed. So I don't want to say, oh, this is the plan for it. This is like what we're going to do with it because the subject matter of the piece is so relevant. We don't really know how we're going to use it yet, or
Yeah.
that's where it's best needed yet.
No, that makes sense. That's really, really smart. I think it's interesting, right? To
Yeah.
like our times, the ones affecting art, or is art affecting our times? It's like I am, yeah, no, I'm really glad that you guys released it during this time.
Yeah.
It was definitely powerful. And then you said that you have another one, right?
Yeah. So also another Meisner alum,
Oh my God.
Nina Zoe. Zoe Oliver.
Yes, of course. Oh my gosh, I've done like scenes
Oh,
with
wow.
her.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So, this is also on my website, but it's a feature film that we're working on called Unbloomed. It is about two basically sexually unbloomed women who are best friends. They both just graduated from college and they really haven't had time to explore who they
Mhm.
are. And their identities, and so they use each other because they're best friends and they're comfortable with each other. And essentially, one of the women, it works for her. She finds out everything that she's looking for and she moves on, and the other woman kind of gets very comfortable in the situation and doesn't want to take the risk to leave. So it's a very, I love the story. I love the story so much because I don't think there are enough nuances in the stories being told about Black women, particularly queer Black women. And I think that this story is an opportunity to do that, to provide complexities and nuances to the lives of Black women. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a really cool prompt. Oh my gosh. So did she write it or did you write it?
Yeah, Zoe wrote it. Zoe wrote it.
Oh, look at her. Oh my
And
God, I'm so proud of her.
yeah. And once again, Meisner alum Lily Mannon connected us, and here we are.
Yeah, that's great. Oh my gosh, that's great. I remember I was Zoe and I were doing Honor as a scene together in Meisner. And when we were rehearsing at Washington Square Park one day, we saw Ryan Murphy shooting literally the first episode of Pose. And like every time I know I see that episode, I was like, I was with Zoe during that time.
Oh my gosh. Also, I
Crazy.
love that show. Watch it. Watch it.
Watch it, watch
Watch
it.
it. It's such a great show.
It is a really good show.
Uh,
And would you be acting in it or are you still talking about like
Producing. Yeah,
you
that's
would be producing it?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But I did I'm so excited about something. I did just book an indie film that I'm really excited about.
okay, tell us more about that.
What I will say about it is it does center around police brutality as well. Um, and yeah, yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna say that.
Okay, okay, that's
But
great.
but I'm really excited to tackle it. I'm very, very excited to tackle it.
And is this something else that you like found through collaborations, or is it like did you find
Actually,
it backstage, whatever?
yeah, this is something I just found on backstage.
Okay, okay. Well, that's good that there are those kind of casting calls going out there.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. And the cast and crew is like a majority Black crew, a majority crew of women, which also is very exciting to me. So fingers crossed for this project.
Yeah, okay, that's exciting. When would that be coming up?
I don't know. We're filming in September, so
Okay, well then in September. It's starting then. That's great. Okay. So, I mean, I saw that you just launched your website, and
yeah,
like, before this interview, I did like some research, and I was like looking at your website, and I was like very, very impressed. I had thought that you had already launched it actually.
yeah.
Um,
So I had been working on it and working on it and working on it, and just like because I just wanted it to be like uh, I'm just like such a perfectionist and it kills me in so many areas. But like I really wanted it to be a good representation of myself. I went through this whole kind of rebranding process of trying to figure out who I was and who I was as an artist. And as a result of that, I really wanted my website to be something that represented me. Um, so, oh, hello. Sorry. Boyfriend.
Oh, hello. Hi, boyfriend.
Hey. Did you okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
But yeah, yeah, my website. And I decided to do an official release on it, it being live because there were a lot of people just kind of thank you. A lot of people just kind of asking about my work, and a lot of people just kind of asking about the projects that we did in Bryce's class, and did I have any videos of spoken word, or and like I thought it would just be helpful to like have one place for everyone to go to. Also, as a up and coming artist, I'm still trying to figure out like things like day rates for directing or like rates for producing and stuff like that. So I wanted a place where I could be able to put my services all in one place as well. So I'm really excited about it. Really
Yeah.
excited about it.
Yeah, no, it looks really, really good. I think like one of the things that I have been working on too, during this quarantine is branding, right? And like you seem to have got it. Did you get any help or was it all just you?
It was all kind of, yeah, it was all pretty much just me. I've been it's just, I think social media marketing and branding is something that I've been working on since high school. I worked with other companies whose focus was just social media marketing, and specifically for fashion and entertainment and beauty professionals. So doing that and being around that helped me a lot. But also in high school, I was also very big on like my brand and knowing who I was and how to market that. And I think that also just came from the fact that I went to a performing arts high school. So the resources were kind of already in place for us to be like, how do you succeed as an artist? So it's just something that I've been kind of developing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And how did it change with coming to New York, you think?
Um, coming to New York has been a spiritual, a personal, an artistic journey. So I think I won't say everything about who I was when I graduated high school has changed, but I will say that a lot of it has. Just being able to step into myself, my confidence, accepting who I am fully,
Yeah.
and then being transparent not only with other people but with myself. And in doing all of that and going through that process, it has helped a lot with finding my center and really pinpointing who I am and the type of artist I am and the person that I want to not even present as, but the person that I want to be. And I mean, it's only been 3 years, you know,
Yeah.
like it's a journey, you know, like I know, like I just remember, oh man, I just remember Nate always saying that, like, you know, artistic growth isn't linear. It doesn't just go. It's not always going up. It's all over the place, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and at this point, it's just got a long way to go.
Hmm.
I'm happy for the progress that we made. Just have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you think that you're ever going to go back to Georgia, or is New York?
I don't. I don't think I'll move back to Georgia anytime soon. I'll say that. I can't say I won't ever, but I do know, like, COVID, uh, COVID,
Yeah.
COVID allowing, I would love to travel. I want to travel first before I settle down anywhere. Um, yeah, I think New York is great, but I want to live in LA for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I would love that. That's actually where I went to go to school. UCLA was my dream school, actually.
Oh,
Um,
I don't
and
know. I have no idea.
before NYU, my parents were just like, "No, you're not going to California." And I'm
You're
like,
kidding.
yeah,
Right.
I wanted to go to UCLA so badly. I had the grades, I had everything, and they were just like, no. And I'm like, oh. So it's so interesting. When I first applied for NYU, I knew absolutely nothing about it except that it had a really good drama program.
There you go.
I got in and I was telling people, I was like, yeah, I'm going to NYU. They were like, oh, NYU? Is he just NYU? And I'm like, yeah.
Okay, you're
There's
there.
something that I should know that I don't. But yeah, yeah. I really want to be in LA. I do so
Okay.
badly. And then my boyfriend, he wants to go live in Japan for a year, so I think that's an option.
It's yours. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, it's, you know, so many options on the table, and I just kind of want to have a taste of them all before I just be like, I'm gonna settle here.
Yeah, fair. I mean, New York is not about settling. Like, I don't think that's, especially for artists,
Yeah, yeah,
fine. We don't settle. It's okay.
yeah. Like it's just a city of travelers, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I can't believe that 20 minutes are over already.
Oh
Uh,
man.
this is wow. I didn't even like, okay. Um, I didn't ask any of the questions, but it's fine. I think that I got like a lot about you as an artist, and I'm really glad that we did this. It felt really short. Last question is, you have all of these projects coming up and you've got your website and everything. So in case we want to keep up with your work, should we just keep like, looking at your website? Do you want to like drop your Instagram handle, whatever? I know you have two Instagram accounts.
Yes. Yeah, so I do have 2 Instagram accounts. One account is strictly for my professional creative stuff. That's pretty easy. It's Deja Denise Green. Um, I also have my personal Instagram account. That's just like, hey world, this is me. That's d.e.j.a.a. Sorry if it's complicated. Um,
I'm gonna write it anyway, so.
okay, cool, cool, cool. And then lastly, my website is dejadgreen.com. Pretty simple.
Okay.
Before we leave, I want to plug these really quick. See these earrings?
Oh, they're so cute.
Lucas Kernan made them.
You're kidding me.
He's a glass blower. I will send
Wow.
you his Instagram handle.
Yes, please. I'm gonna put it down there too in the
I
cap.
want to plug these.
Oh, they're so cute. I didn't know he was doing that.
Yeah, it's incredible. He's in Charlottesville, Virginia with our other friend Quinn, who makes ceramics, and Lucas makes glass, and they are incredible at it.
Look at COVID-19, what it's bringing out of people at the end of the day.
Right.
Okay, Deja, thank you so much for your time. This was incredible. It was lovely to get to know you a little bit more. And good luck with everything. Please stay in touch, okay?
Of course. You too.